you'd have to have a look at this matchup because he's lost Dangerfield in a number of times that the ball's come forward. And on that occasion, that was a great lead. I tell you what, Walker, he's going to be a star, boys. I think he's a player of the future, and that is a strong mark from a player with a great build.
And both Walker and Dangerfield, they're very good at finding space in the forward 50. Good delivery from Walker on that occasion.
He'll be nervous here. Let's ride it home. And he's got plenty to think about.
He has, and as a forward in general, let alone a young forward, if you miss those first few opportunities, it starts to play on your mind, and then you start stabbing at the ball. He's just got to very much try to take the pressure off, but unfortunately, it's just nature of the beast. The pressure builds.
Where this kick-in's coming from, they've got the grandstand on the right side of those goals, and that's protecting the ground a bit, but I would think the wind's going with Carlton at the moment, but the Crows have dominated this quarter so far.
Lee, how strong is that breeze?
Yeah, it's probably a couple of goals, Matty. So Tony's right. There's a couple of goals in Carlton's favour. So the Adelaide Crows are playing well.
Just as a full forward, Lynchy, Dangerfield, 3 shots on goal, 2 behinds and out in the full. What does he do? What's he thinking about now next time he takes a shot at goal?
Well, because the temptation is to think about the end result. He's thinking about, I've got to kick this goal. I can't miss the next one. He's probably got to go back to his indicators, and that's his routine. Maybe just concentrate on the straight drop.
Just kick a nice drop punt. Adelaide forward again. Tippett in best position. Knights wrapped up by Stevens. Tough tackle. And we'll have a ball up 20 metres out from the Adelaide Crows goal. They lead by 7 points.
Because the scoreboard puts pressure on teams, puts pressure on individuals. At the moment, young Dangerfield's got pressure on him. He's missed the 3 shots on goal. Think about the drop.
Doughty didn't think about it, just threw it on the boot and said, that'll do.
Who needs set shots when you've got players who can snap the ball like that? Bit of loose checking.
Let's have a look. Doughty was playing on Judd. And we just see, he was unlucky, Chris Judd. He's pushed into the contest. The ball flows over to Doughty. And you snap a goal like that. As we said, the wind was that was going straight into the wind, I would think. But Chris Judd, I'm just seeing whether his positioning wasn't great. Matter of fact, to be in front like that, it allows the ball to come over the top, maybe a little bit side on goal side. But great snap by Doughty.
He's got a big job today, Michael Doughty. Played his 150th last week. He's got the first goal for him. He's got to pick up Judd. But what Adelaide have done here, gentlemen, they've got the crowd up and going.
Yep. They have the 19th man, as they call it over here at Amy Stadium, is really up and going. Inside 50s, 8-2 in favour of the Crows. 45-20 possessions.
And they looked as though they were going to go forward there. They didn't. The Adelaide defence stood firm. Doughty again. Out wide. Marriage didn't get a good bounce. Hadley. Back to Hampson. Bauer over the top. Missed his target. Gibbs squeezed it forward. Eddie Betts. John Cock did well. Clever tap to Stevens. Man out wide. The switch is on. This next one, it's got to be good though from Riley. He's got to be spot on.
He's looking back through the corridor. If he can just get it across to Symes, he's still in the corridor.
Now.
Sun shining now as Edwards tried to get to Symes. Couldn't do so. Cutting it off was Brown. He's tackled, didn't have possession. We'll have a ball up.
Well, they're tackling pretty well at the moment, the Adelaide Crows. Just one ahead of Carlton. You can see their intensity. They really want to get involved in that part of the game. Like this.
Yeah, it's a good sign, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just bodies around the ball. Whenever you look in the screen, you think how many numbers are at that contest, and it's Adelaide at the moment.
You go back to the goal from Doughty. Paul Pleasure just rushed at the loose ball, forced it free. First at it.
Engage each other, play on.
Again, Doughty tumbles it forward. Tippett couldn't take it. It was a tough one. Hadley clean below the knees. Wider. Austin caught, so too Judd. He's not going far. Crows with numbers. They swarm. Doughty again. Goes back to Ivan Maric. Inside 50. Is this another goal? Wrong side of the post.
The big fella's just starting to crank it up as well with the celebration, but just sliced away to the right. But yeah, good signs. Certainly the tackling intensity on Chris Judd.
That's great.
As with a lot of the midfielders on that occasion, it's a good sign that the 6'6" full forward and Kurt Tippett was putting the tackle on.
Well, if you're a midfielder, you're playing on Chris Judd, you depend so much about your teammates on both ends of the ground. Anytime Chris Judd's near the ball, you have to leave your man, doesn't matter, defender, midfield or forward, just to help your teammate out.
Jamison kicks into the porpoise. Well, they've got a boundary throw in.
Oh, they're struggling to get the ball out of deep. in that back half. The Blues on that occasion just a little bit close to poor pleasure. Stoppage situation. They've been good here, the Crows.
Douglas trying to get there first. Poor pleasure again. Murphy stolen almost by Walker, and that's the attack on the footy Neil Craig would like. A ruck and maul movement there from Thompson.
But that sustainability has been the big issue of the last few weeks. We've seen very good first halves. They've just got to make sure they maintain that for the whole game. But so far, so good early in the first term.
Armfield going nowhere, and again this is playing into the Crows' hands, and they've still got it deep inside their forward 50. Adelaide box will be pretty pleased so far. Wiggins for Carlton. Beautiful step from Murphy, but hard for
good attack, both players.
Anyone to get moving there. It's young Yaron. He goes again for a second effort, spills out towards Murphy again. Gibbs accelerates from the contest.
Nowhere to go at all here.
Favola, he can kick it a long way, but it'd have to be a magnificerent kick. Look at that. He's kicked for touch from 80 metres.
Now, if that goes out,
that's absolutely deliberate. It'd be tough to pull up a 70-metre barrel and say it wasn't deliberate, but it was absolutely deliberate.
The idea behind that rule, though, is that you have to have someone in line with the ball, and he saw the Crows players. I would think that's deliberate, but I give common sense to the umpire.
Well, that's right. Holding,
Carlton shot at goal.
In the ruck contest. It looked like it was against Moran in the ruck contest, and we'll go to Cruiser. No, this guy is very good. Have a look at the holding and just drag the right arm down of Cruiser on that occasion. He's a beautiful shot for goal.
Tough kick with the win, boys. Favola went over and actually gave him a few tips before he took about to take it.
Come a full forward. I think the left goalpost come back to the right.
And he should have listened to you, Tony.
You called it very nicely.
Because he started at the right-hand post and it faded.
You would have been pushed forward into the full forward spot at different times for those 300-plus games, sure?
Yes, no doubt. I think there was once.
You may have had to kick a talk from there, though, Tony.
Thanks for that, Matty.
Thank you. Here he is again.
So again.
Cruiser looks up. It's going to just bomb it long. Needs Favola to beat 3.
That's why you have your full forward 30 metres from goal, because he lost Rutten. That was pretty poor play. Mightn't have been Rutten. I might have been harsh on him. No, it was Goodwin. He lost Goodwin. Goodwin had to make body contact. Scotty Thompson was a sitting duck under that mark.
That's the thing. Ben Rutten, his direct opponent, was 30 metres away, but you're spot on. If there's a key marking forward there, you just got to take his line, risk giving the free kick away, because it's bread and butter for Fev.
Like a good golfer, he could take the line off of Cruiser here.
Should do.
Just start at the left-hand post, let it drift back. He's overcompensated.
It was the same roll of the green, but he started a little bit wider.
I think that wasn't his normal technique. It looked like he took less steps. He has got a definite technique when he kicks the goal. And I don't know, it just looks stuttery then.
Blues getting something happening on the scoreboard. Unfortunately, behinds. It's a 2-goal margin. Adelaide in a bit of trouble here. Symes. McKay went without it. Waite was standing in the way. High tackle, Adelaide ball.
Gee, they've been hard at it. They've had their head over the ball a little bit harder than Carlton. It's not much, but just that fraction in this start of the game.
Thompson spreading it to Riley, out of side. Looks into the corridor, nothing there. Have to stay wide. Douglas.
They're happy with that, the Blues. They forced the Adelaide Crows wide there, so they're still 90, 95 metres from goal in a tough pocket.
Moran are in the middle of the ground. The switch is on. This is the kick now, the important one. Decides to play it safe. Goodwin. Edwards just comes off the bench. He's going to get straight in the action. The veteran. Gets the benefit of the doubt of moving forward.
Big numbers back. 17 Carlton players back forward of this ball.
Into the pocket it goes, and standing in the way is Austin.
And when you've got a 17, 18-man zone back in the defensive half, it's going to be, or your forward half, it's going to be very hard to take the mark when that long ball goes in. Just had to probably chip it around the arc, try to hit a target up just inside or outside the forward 50.
Simpson dumped to the ground. Carlton with numbers around the ball. Cruiser to Gibbs and lays it out in front of Favola, who wants to give it to Russell, or is he does at the end, but here comes John Cock. Oh, Russell, the intention was good. The execution let him down.
Well, the old 1-2 was on then, wasn't it? Feb was trying to set himself up so he can have a shot from about 50 on the arc.